Hello viewers, welcome to the Diaspora platform, the show that brings people and the world together. I have been a traveler and so have many other people, and I know that traveling around has not been pleasant lately. This show seeks to bring people who left the shores of Ghana for one or two reasons and are back home or are thinking of coming back home, and even foreigners who are living in Ghana to settle. So today I'm bringing you an exciting young man who's going to share his experiences with you. Don't go away. We'll be back in a moment.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Welcome back to the show. This is the Diaspora platform, the show that brings people and the world together. This show is brought to you by kind courtesy of X Mineral Natural Water. X Water is found in all the leading shops in Ghana. And also by the almighty Amerton. Amerton says, looking old is a choice. Don't look old, just grow old. And Ava Extra Virgin Coconut Oil is good for your heart and also it stabilizes your sugar. So change your oil and save your life. Thank you also to Waterwood Collections for making this beautiful cover and slits for me. And Tesson Brushes makes my face glow. Thank you for joining us. So help me to welcome to the studio Dr. Nana Osei Kwabena Nyako. Nana Akwaba.
Yeah, Nadi.
It's good to have you in the studio.
Same here.
Yes.
Same here.
All you're running around, so I didn't know I could catch you here.
Absolutely.
Yes, so now you're welcome. I want
you.
my viewers to enjoy you as much as I'm enjoying you.
Thank you.
So if you can share with us when we say Dr. Nana Osei Kwabena Nyako, who are we talking about?
Thank you. Nana Osei Kwabena Nyako was born and bred in Kumasi.
Kumasi, which part of Kumasi?
Patasi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so growing up, I went to Prempeh. I started school from Prempeh Primary into Prempeh JSS, and I continued from Anglican Secondary School.
Really?
Yeah, and from Anglican, I think I did.
Anglican here in Accra or Kumasi?
In Kumasi.
Okay.
I did 3 years in Poly as a dispensing technologist. So after that, I worked I worked for like 2.5 years, and I happened to have the opportunity to go to med school.
Mexico?
Medical school.
Oh, medical school. Okay.
We call it med school.
Med school. Okay, okay.
So, I mean, that was 2007. But my school was having an affiliation in China. So I started from China and then continued in the US.
Wow, so you are ni hao.
Ni
hao. Wow, that is awesome. So you are initially a Kumasi based boy. Wow. And then now that you have gone around through China, how long were you in China for?
Actually, my first travel was in the UK for like a couple months. And in China was like 4 years in China.
So what's the education that actually took you out of Ghana?
Around, yes.
Yeah. China. I was in China recently, and I was fascinated by the way the youth there are working.
It's crazy, and it's bringing the economy very, very fast. They're growing the economy.
Yes.
The youth. Yes.
Wow! I got to the airport and I see you. I won't say they are children because they're like 18, 19, 20-year-olds working at the airport.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Actually, there's one thing which I always talk about. Is the willpower of them trying to build the economy.
Yeah.
That's what is bringing China far to this level, because nothing could do that than hardworking colleagues and people.
Education too.
Yes,
education.
right.
I don't think there's unemployment in China.
There is, but I think it's like
very low.
The problem in China is not like the problem other countries are facing, especially when it comes to unemployment base, because there are jobs available.
Yeah, the
If you're not
jobs.
lazy, you'll get job to do. And right out of school, there's a job there for you.
Yes.
And I mean, with their unemployment rate is quite minimal, because that's what I'm saying. There's job all over.
Yeah.
Unless
So,
you're lazy.
which part of China were
I
you?
was in Beijing.
Beijing. I went to Guangzhou,
Yeah.
a business capital. I think
Yes.
there's. I mean, I was just fascinated by
Yes.
the development in the place and
And they are growing China so beautiful.
Yeah.
We love it. There's one way they used to develop China. They have a state. They give them like 5 years to develop this state. So they pay off
so it's
everybody.
planning.
It's well planned, and they are doing it. May I believe by 2050, China will be superpowers in the world.
You think so?
I believe.
Over America?
I believe they are over now. Just that.
Wow.
I remember when I went to China. I learned one thing. I've taught in their schools before.
Really?
As an English teacher. And I think 2002, they introduced this English as a second language. So it was compulsory, every school to have an English teacher. And that was the only barrier between them becoming superpowers.
Yeah, it's the English language.
So they are giving themselves like the next 30 years to learn English. So they assume that kids from 2002 to 2032, everybody should be able to speak English.
Right.
That will take them over being superpowers.
Wow. So that is the government policy, I
That is
believe.
the policy which was brought, and it was because Chinese had everything before, but because English was a problem,
It's a barrier.
they couldn't enter into the world market. But now they are already in, and
They are
have their
everywhere. I was in Ethiopia and I saw the Chinese taking over
everything.
Ethiopia.
It's true.
Wow.
And they are making Ethiopia beautiful now.
Wow. Yes, they are.
Right.
So you were there basically for schooling.
Right.
So you did your medicine.
I studied my medicine there.
Wow. I know they give scholarships to.
Yes.
So did you get?
Yes.
Did you benefit from the scholarship?
The first 10 students.
Wow.
Scholarships. Yes.
Wow.
I had a scholarship, but that wouldn't be until your second year or third year.
Oh, so the first year you have to pay it yourself.
Yeah, in the first year I think I paid like $10,000 for the first year, and my second year was $7,000, which was cheaper because I had my school also in America, which I was supposed to pay $49,000 for the first year as a fee paying. So I chose China, which was good, and
cheaper.
after that I was still able to go back to America.
Okay, so when you finished the 4-year program in China, did you stay there to do any work or anything?
I had to go to American Institute in America, New Jersey.
Okay, which one?
5th year, it was in New Jersey, in Toms River.
Oh, okay.
My 5th year, 6th year, and 7th year.
Wow. Wow, Adishayo.
So
so you're now finished with your.
I'm done with America. So I wanted to. I mean, after school, in medicine there are two. There's one thing called MBBS. When you finish that first part, you need, especially in Ghana, you have to be back here to take the board exam before you can be allowed to practice here in Ghana too.
Okay, I think it's the same in law.
Yes.
You have to do your.
Yeah. So
Ghana.
After that, I mean, you come back here to take the Ghana medical boards and also be able to practice in Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah.
So before we jump to the Ghana one, I'm interested in the one in the US, the life in the US.
Yes.
Transiting from China to the United States of America.
Yes.
What were your expectations when you were going to the US? What kind of expectations did you have?
Before, even when I was in China, I used to travel to the US for my internships.
Oh, okay.
So I had that experience, and I gained my citizenship through a friend. So I was able to have the opportunity to be traveling back and forth to America for my rotations and my internship. So it gave me that exposure before I even finished. But in America too, they require you to write the step 1 and the step 2, which I did the step 1 and the step 2. Okay. Also, so I can have the opportunity to practice there and practice in Ghana as well.
Wow. So what about China? If you want to practice in China, is that possible?
They also have the same level of exam you have to take. And before you be able to practice there. So when you choose to do that, that is also allowed.
So since you didn't finish your education
I finished there.
The one in China.
I finished.
Oh, you finished the
I
first.
graduated. And
Oh,
I
you
went,
graduated.
yeah, I went
Okay.
ahead.
So if you want to go back to practice there, is it
Is
possible?
it possible? It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible.
You just have to take
The exam over
Okay.
there also.
Oh, I
Like
see.
like licensing. It's all over in the whole world, everywhere. Wherever you want to go, you got to take their board. They have like a unified board for every country. That's when you take that you can practice. Yeah.
So your first real movement, when I say movement, I mean the first time that you actually wanted to settle in the USA. Where did you decide to go? Which state and how
Apparently,
did that
I
happen?
had no idea. I've been in New Jersey, and I think I like New Jersey because I was trying to relocate, and I've had colleagues, like same doctors who came from other countries like Russia and other places to settle in the US, and they're all over. So I've visited a few of them, which I think New Jersey is quite okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Jersey,
Yeah.
the Garden State.
Yes.
I love it. I mean, all my life in the USA, even though I've traveled around the whole US almost,
Yes.
New Jersey is my home.
So do I, because I've been all over.
Yeah.
But I think New Jersey, especially the South, is quite cool, peaceful.
Yeah, South Jersey.
Sometimes it depends on how you want your life. Because I know some people visit me in the South, they are like, yo, here it's too quiet.
Too quiet for them. They like the Bronx.
Yeah, but I've been the quiet type person, like growing up. So it was good for me.
Yeah. And I think the standard of living there is a bit lower than being on the north.
Absolutely, it's true.
The northeast side. Yes.
And I mean, growing up, I think it's quite a good place to be. If you really want to have the best of experience in life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So tell us, I'd like my viewers to know how you were able to establish yourself when you finally moved to New Jersey. How did you find things? Was it, when you're traveling back and forth or in and out to a place, you don't really get the feel until you totally settle. It's like when you're dating a woman, you never really know who the woman is until you live under one roof with her. Then you see all the different colors coming out. So when you go finally to settle and you're able to get your feet on the ground and say, okay, this time I'm settling. Tell me that experience. How was that?
Personally, I've had, I don't know if I'll say I'm lucky. I've had great opportunities. I've met nice people. I've had the best out of life as well. Because I remember when I first got to New Jersey, things was quite new, especially when I was going back for my rotations. But I happened to met a guy from the hospital I was working. I was working in Riverview Hospital.
Okay.
I was doing my rotation there. So I met a guy, a Ghanaian, who was stuck in the elevator. And she's like, yo, how are you? Are you Ghanaian? I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm a Ghanaian. Oh, okay, Minya.
That's the same. Hey, you get all this relief.
Yeah.
Ah, finally.
And I'm like, yo, me pejuma be part-time BIO.
Uh-huh.
If you want to help me, I was like, sure. Hey, I'm more doctors, I can say that I'm so deaf. So I bring my ego down.
Yeah.
I want a job. I was like, okay. And then, Uncle who my boss.
Uh-huh. And he was in the hospital?
He was delivering in the hospital.
Oh, okay. So a delivery job.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, I do with it too
low for you.
And I was like, yo, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have my feet
on the ground. Yeah.
Traveling around is not easy, as you said, and especially if you have the best of parents, brothers, siblings around who's going to hook you up. You really got to go through it by yourself with your own determination. Because that is such life everywhere, especially in Ghana. But over there is more harder. Here, you can walk to people's home and eat. But over there, it's not easy to just walk into people's home and eat because they might even not have food. Yeah. Yes. Food might be cheaper, but you need money to buy.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so he hooked me up. He helped me. So when he took me to boss, like, I have a job for you, but do you want to work under him? He's like, yo, give him his job. And he gave me a contract. And I was doing it alongside, which gave me a great exposure. I think my first time working, and I was paid like $1,500 a week.
A week? A week? You were like, oh my God.
Oh my God. I was 2 months in America.
Hey, that was a blessing.
$1,500 a week. I was like,
that is 1,500 US dollars
a week. So
And you were not even practicing your
no,
doctor.
I was just, there was a part-time job. I was still like learning. I was like, wow. So that was really what I can say got me up in New Jersey. But then I had nothing. I remember I
So you
went,
took it immediately.
and I was doing alongside. It was hard, but I believe I was able to work my way throughout. I had this contract for like 5 years
Wow.
throughout. So that is what really helped. If not, some people are not lucky. As I said, I might be
Well, it's
lucky.
blessing.
Yes. So some other people had challenges, especially I know people who walk up to you and say, "Yo, I don't have money for my rent." So it's hard. But then, with I believe with determination and with a good heart,
Yeah.
you could make your way out. You
Yeah.
mean life is all about how you make it.
Yeah.
And I believe
Even when it's negative, you can turn it to
I
positive.
believe one of my bosses told me, "Hey, it's always good to have a clean heart and a clean mind. You don't know where the blessing is coming from."
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's really stick to my mind, and I've grown out of it.
Yeah.
Some people don't have the heart.
Yeah.
Some people now are not ready to live the life. Some people are not ready to accept life as it is.
Exactly.
But I think with a little acceptance, with a little focus, with a little vision, you could step up. As you fall, you could be stepping up, and somebody can just hold your hand.
Yeah.
You can grow.
Because something may happen to you and the same thing happening to me or to somebody else, and we're going to look at it differently.
Right.
You know, based on the level of our faith,
Right.
the level of our education, the level of our exposure,
Yes.
the level of your determination. So yes, life is truly how you make it and how you accept challenges,
As
how
it
you
comes,
consider them.
right.
Because there are things that are supposed to crush you,
Right.
but because of your tenacity, those things don't crush you.
You
You
can
know.
get out of it
So
easily.
are there people that disappointed you,
Right.
or people that you had, because when you're going back and forth,
Right.
obviously you knew some people.
Of course.
So how did they receive you when you went to settle?
That is a great question. I remember when I was leaving Ghana as a whole. I was a young guy. I was like 23, 24 years, young person. I had worked for like 3 years. I had money in my hands. I was like a medical rep for a whole company. NS Chemist.
Oh,
I've
okay.
worked with him before. I've worked with Big Myron. I've worked with Kina Farmer.
Okay.
So I was, I had a great exposure. I went growing up. So I had money in my hands and I was having fun, all over. So few people talk, no, he can go to school. He can be a doctor. No, he's not. No, how can such a person? But I never let that beat me down. I closed my ears to listen to all those things because that would be a challenge for you if you pay attention to stuff like that. So I urge people, especially when I'm speaking to people. I remember I used to speak with the YMCA
Okay, the
in
young man.
in New Jersey. And
Okay.
I've had the opportunity to travel around America talking to because I had the one of their principals as a friend. So he's like, yo, you can motivate my youth. So let's go. And so I had a great time in America, and I'm still do. And the one thing which really will entangle you in a corner is when you listen to words like that, where they are coming from and
Yeah.
how they are being constructed, especially when it's about you.
Yeah.
But I think with the closed ears and with passion,
Determination.
determination, you could explore. And when I came back, I've met almost everybody who thought I couldn't go to school.
Oh my
And
God.
they congratulated you for just being what you've been able to do. And I always tell them this is just my beginning, irrespective of how far I've been, how the level I am. And some friends were like, yo, now I think you're too high. We can't work with you. I'm like, no, we are just the beginning. Let's come together and do it. Some friends even choose to stay away from you, but I try to bring them closer. But I always thank God for my life because none of them thought I could do what I've done.
Yeah.
And they thought I was not even going to come back to Ghana again.
So because you were probably a wild.
Kind of a person. And they thought you couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, with a little determination
Yes.
and perseverance,
I know.
I'm here.
We thank God, and I know that in the U.S. also, you are very active in, social lives and
Right.
in the community and
Right.
things.
Absolutely.
What about your faith? What?
Um. Anyway, my father is an elder. I mean, church elder. My mom is also happens to be a women's leader for all these years, growing up knowing. So I was brought up from a Christian home, and I've, I learned one thing in China and in the UK as well. I met an Indian. I have my best friend was an Indian in the UK, and one of my best friends in China was also a Chinese in China. And coming around such people, they put you up to believe in what you can do.
Uh-huh.
They push you up. They allow you to explore. They move. They will do whatever they can to help you explore. That is
Wow.
one thing I learned from them. And they put you up to believe in yourself. In China, about 80% don't even know who is God,
I know.
what is Christianity. No, so when you ask Chinese, they believe in money, they believe in what they can do. So that is I was able to, I learned from them, which will challenge you, because if you don't have faith, like, oh, I'm not a religious person, you might backslide from such people, especially when you stay a longer time with them.
Yes, that's
Right,
very true.
right.
Yes, well, we thank God you didn't backslide.
Never.
On that note, I'm going to take a short break, and please don't go away. We'll be back in a moment. Back in a moment.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Welcome back, viewers. This is the Diaspora platform, the show that brings people and the world together. I'd like to thank my sponsors, the X Mineral Water, Natural Mineral Water Company, and you can find this in all the leading stores in Ghana. And we have Emerton, Almighty Emerton. Emerton is a facelift in a box. If you want to look younger while you're growing old, this is what you need. It's for both men and women. Emerton says, looking old is a choice. It makes you look 15 to 20 years younger. We thank Ava Extra Virgin Coconut Oil. Extra virgin coconut oil is good for your heart and it stabilizes your sugar level. Ava says, change your oil, save your life. Walter Wood Collections. Thank you, Walter, for making me look so beautiful in my outfit. And Tesson Brushes makes my face bright and glow. Thank you for staying with us. And back to the studio with Dr. Nanayaa Osei, popularly called Nase. Nase Nyakon is a traveler, and yes, he's sharing his experiences with us. And we were talking about your experiences with your best friends, one Chinese, one Indian. You know, when I was in China, I also got to know that Sunday is one of the busiest days in China. Right. You know, in Africa, Sunday is holiday. We don't go to work. Saturday is a holiday. We don't go to work. That's true. I mean, formally, but businesses are open. Right. But in China, Sunday, Saturday, full business. Monday to Monday. Monday to Monday. Monday to Monday. They work Monday through Monday. No holiday. They have their breaks. They have their holidays. But even with their breaks, you have to work to make it up. You have to work and make it up. They don't miss any day. They don't miss any day. It's one thing I've learned, and I don't know. It pities me most, especially those developing are working hard. And the underdeveloped are not. They got all the time to spend, and it's sad. But I know one day to change. Yeah. Because now we have about 40% youth traveling around to see what is it over there, and most of them are learning. As I told you, I've got an opportunity to travel around to speak at the YMCA programs. You meet a lot of Ghanaians, a lot of Africans, and most of them want to come home. And they are in support
I even set up a new program, the Youth Empowerment Initiative, Ghana, and about 40. Everybody wants to support. Everybody want a part of it because I know we can tell more, we can teach more, and Ghana will be better off one day as we all learn together, as we get experiences together. Because if not, there's no way we can get to where we want. There's no way we can be like the Europeans. There's no way we can be like the Chinese. Because certain things must change. Ghanaians youth, I'll say youth because they are the making. I'm happy you even say when you traveled, you saw the youth over there working so hard. They've grown to understand that we don't have to wait for government. We don't want to wait for president. We don't have to wait for a minister to make us who we are. They've understood that, hey, everything is by yourself. You need to work by yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You need to do it by yourself. And it's working for them. So what if you are learning? Usually some people travel, but they don't learn.
Yeah, they travel, they go and look, and they don't learn.
That's one of the problems. But if you really open up and learn, you could have a great difference in your life as a whole, and then change or touch other people's life. So I mean, I don't believe in waiting for a government or a president to help me as a whole, but I need to help myself. It's really grooming out there, especially whenever you go, wherever you travel in this world. Whoever will see there's something good in you, they'll help you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've had these opportunities. I had a boss whom I went to work with in a hospital. He just shook my hands like, yo, I want to work with you.
Yeah.
So I was working at Shrewsbury. Dr. McDonald, he's an ophthalmologist. So at a point in time, he wanted me to be an ophthalmologist, but I was like, you know, I need to help Ghana. Ghana needs more of family practitioners, more of ONGs to help them eradicate all these child mortality rate, reduce them and stuff. And it's like, anytime if you want to do this, I'm ready to help you because they see what is in you. You do everything to get to wherever you want to get to. It's kind of a heart which some of the youth or some Ghanaians need to adapt in order to help them. Because if I grow myself, I'm not growing only myself, I'm growing a family, I'm growing friends, I'm growing loved ones, I'm helping a nation.
Yeah.
So people forget. Some people think it's by themselves. I don't do
just
with
me.
Which is kind of a selfish act.
Yeah.
But then, if you have that gust of developing yourself, you have a whole lot to develop. And it will send like a blessing to you as well.
Yeah.
Which people don't see it.
Your community must feel your impact.
What you can do to help them.
Yeah.
Now, we are in America and we are helping Americans to grow.
Yes.
You know,
so
why not?
But you see, now, Doctor, people, African people, the work they do when they travel, when they come back to Africa, they won't do those jobs.
Actually, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Sometimes you can't blame them.
Oh, yeah? Isn't it the same money?
Here, there are three things I always talk about. We have different perspectives. When we are in our home country, we have different perspectives when we are over there. Let me tell you a secret. Was it last week? I parked my car and joined a trotro. So somebody saw me and was like, oh, Burger pan out a trotro. And I was just picking my car and not stop. And I was like, yo, you know what? These are some of the things you do to intimidate people. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
The person I'm sitting in the same car, there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to get a perception. You know, we have to grow out of certain things. And at a point in time, I'm telling you this, I'm not going to be going by my car again. I'll just park my car and be joining the taxis and the trotros. Once in a while, I can drive my car. And I can save my car for the next 20 years. I mean, it's hard time. We need to understand. We need to grow. And you know one funny thing? When you come down and you stay for like a couple months, they think, oh, Bagano, I am ready. Oh, there are some kind of ideologies in Ghanaians' mind which intimidate you so that you don't even want to go. Some people want to do it.
Yeah.
Especially like me, I don't mind to join the community cleaning up. But it's going to be like Burger pan or yes. So you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why some of the people don't want to do those jobs.
But
Some
if
of them want to do it.
If you want to listen to,
that is the point. Like me, I don't care. I don't, but some people do care, especially when they hear you talking about them.
yeah.
It's
Life goes on because, you know, whatever it is, even if you are a millionaire outside Ghana, when you come back and you don't have income and the money is going out every day, it will get to a day that
you will not be run out of money.
You run out of money. You know, so I think besides coming back and socializing and everything, there has to be something.
Oh, like for now, you have quite a lot of people who've got things going on for them here. And actually, until things change, some people don't want to leave for a long time. They want to live like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they leave back to and stay and be comfortable. But now, I remember I did some video on my Facebook page about the security. But now I think it's changing.
Security in Ghana.
In Ghana, things are changing. So with that, to compel people to come, and when the economy starts to grow, because at a point in time, how much ever money you invest in it, it's just cost free. You don't even get them back.
Yeah.
You don't get the real people to work with. You don't get the right people. So a lot of people don't want to waste time in trying to set up anything.
Yeah.
Because he's coming for like 2 weeks and go. Why should I waste my time? I can bring like whatever money, spend it and go. So until some of these Ghanaians change their attitude, Ghanaians need attitude not change.
Yeah.
They drink. I was buying something from a shop. I didn't tell them I'm a doctor. I didn't say anything. But he was trying to recommend a product, which is a herbal product. And she was like, oh, it's good. I took it. It helped me. Took all flames in my waist. I was like, you know what? These are some of the things you do to kill people. Some people will be walking around in a minute and the person will be dead. Why this? It's like, oh, it's good. I tried it. I was like, you know what? You tried it. You don't have diabetes. You don't have hypertension. You don't have any chronic diseases. But he might have. So it helped you, might not help him. So when we change our attitude on certain things, on our lifestyle, our social life, our family, you know, we need to understand our cleanliness, our sanitation. When we change our attitude towards such things, there's a lot who wants to live and live Ghana peacefully and warmly.
See, I have a friend who said Ghana's problem is not poverty, the problem is attitude. So when we are able to change the attitude towards, you know, work, the environment, you know, relationships, communication.
People are ready to help Ghana as well. Because let me say this again. We, especially Ghana, I'll say Ghana, Africa as a whole, we believe in two things. If it's not spiritual, it's physical. If it's not spiritual,
it's got to be spiritual.
The work is not going on, love life is not going on, social life, financial life is not going on. Well, everything is related to spiritual. But I'm writing a book. I'll name it later. I'm talking about 5 things which is quite related to human life, which and whereby without that you live, but you won't live to your own expectations. We need to consider financial. We need to consider physical. We need to consider spiritual, of course. We need to be concerned with our social life.
Yes.
And we need to concern with our psychological life.
Yeah.
So at least, if you think your love life is not going on well, you just have to work on it. It's not spiritual.
If your wife wants you home by 5 and you always come at 10, there'll be a
problem. So
yeah, that's not spiritual.
You need to work on it. It's not spiritual. And they are going to go to churches for them to take their money.
Yeah.
If you're psychologically, if you're not thinking straight, if you don't act straight, if you don't do things right, you have to sit down, plan your life. If you're planning, your implementation, your execution is not going on well, it's not spiritual.
Yeah.
You need to have psychological way of thinking and planning well. Personally, if you don't appear good, if you're going on a job interview and your shirt is not good,
you fail.
You fail. You stink, you smell, your human relation with your other, you fail.
Attitude.
You know, it's true, religiously you need to pray, you need to seek. Not all spiritualists are Christians, some are Hindu, some are Buddhist, some are, which is okay. You need to believe in something. These are some of the things Ghanaians need to think about. And stop thinking, if it's not physical, then it's spiritual. Everything is spiritually related.
Superstition.
Which is bad. And it's killing us.
Hey, but you got to be superstitious.
Never.
You got to be superstitious. You know, we take pride in knowing that I can pray 20 hours a day. I can go to the mountain and I can do this. We take pride in those things. But, you know, like when I went to Israel a month ago,
Okay.
and I got to find out that it's only 1% of the people in Israel who are Christians.
Right.
1%.
It's true.
And I went to Palestine,
Okay.
and only 10% of Palestinians are Christians.
It's true.
So even Palestine has more Christians than Israel.
In Israel, right.
Okay?
Right.
They are mostly Jewish.
Right.
And we
have like 60% of
Hello.
Ghanaians
No,
to-
Ghana is 70% Christians.
Okay, currently.
But
right.
corruption is on the rise. So who are the people doing the corruption?
Maybe we need to ask. We need to find out.
So we have, the Bible talks about having a form of godliness and denying the power thereof.
Right.
We have a form of godliness. Ghanaians are so religious.
So if you're able to stick to all these 5 things I'm talking about, it will really, my book will come out very soon.
Oh, let's hear it when it comes
really
out.
help us, because it's simple. I can't believe somebody is just going to go to a pastor and tell the pastor, hey, my husband is not acting well. Meanwhile, you're not cooking good. Meanwhile, you're not cleaning the house.
Maybe I should nika.
You're not even presenting yourself good to him.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
you know, I don't see why you should have problem with your finances, especially if you are working. You know, yesterday, I have a friend who wanted me to help, but like buy something for her in the US. So I was like, okay, I will. It's like, should I send you money? I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. I'll take care of it. And do you know what? I went to ask of a human hair, and it's 10 million,
Hey.
20 million,
Yes.
30 million. I was like, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I promise, but I never knew that. But then somebody who is buying 10 million worth of hair
Hey, to where?
is working and being paid 2.5 million.
Yes.
So if your financial source is not good, then you got to find means of getting this. Is this the one spiritual?
No, this is not. You are spending more than you're earning. It will never balance.
You know what I'm saying? And they want it. Somebody wants to wear a shoe which costs her
More.
out of it, even men too. So if your financial, it's not working for you, come on. It's not spiritual.
Yeah.
You don't have to call for prayers for, and it's really sad, especially in Ghana.
You know, there were statistics in the U.S. that show that the people who shop more, especially when you go to these shops, Macy's, JCPenney, and people who shop more are the people who are in the low income level.
It's true.
The people who are in the low income level,
And that's the issue.
they do more shopping
It's true. I
than
read
those
about
who have enough to spend.
I read about that.
So obviously, your finances will not balance.
Never.
You don't have to travel abroad for your finances to
And that
balance.
is the only problem we have in Ghana. If it's not financial, it's psychological and your social life. Some people, they don't know how to associate themselves. They don't know how to socialize. But they want to have the best of people around them. Never.
Yeah.
So it's very simple.
Yeah.
Life in Ghana should be the simplest part of it. Because, all right, when I came, I think one of the days, as I told you, I was wearing, was it a T-shirt to a program? And they're like, hey, Bogapana, my little cousin, he was by my side in my car. I was, Doc, usually we buy shirts, I will share, this time they said, well, slow down. And I'm like, I'm still the same. I haven't changed. I still have all those shirts, but it's sometimes I need to just
Dress
be
down.
who I am.
Yeah.
You see, and if it was him, there was no way he was going to wear that.
Yeah.
And when you look at all these rich guys, I don't know if you've seen those on social media. They
Oh,
wear
yeah.
t-shirts. They haven't even been wearing
The
designers.
Bransons, the Bill Gates.
We waste money on things which are not important.
Yeah, yeah.
So these are some of the things Ghanaians need to learn.
We are investing in the wrong things.
Every day.
Instead of investing in education and
every day.
investing in...
Yesterday I was with a guy, he was like, Doc, everywhere you see church, Sunday, everywhere, so many churches, but few schools.
I know.
Even schools there are this new program being introduced. Students can't even have schools to study, room to sleep, but there's church everywhere. You see, so we need to learn.
But a lot of the churches too have formed schools.
How many?
Oh, but they have to be commended. Many. Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
The Presbyterians,
Then the
Catholics,
the
Methodists. Yes, they have done very well.
Yeah.
Because if these churches had not supported the government
going to be
in
worse
schools,
than as it is.
building schools in the educational sector, boy, can you even imagine?
I know.
It is beyond imagination.
That's true.
Where would all these people be? Where would they have gone?
But it's good. If they're able to have such programs run for the next 20 years, as China did, Ghana is going to change. Because the illiteracy rate was like high. So in the next 20 years, if such program is able to be sustained, then we're going to have out of 30% illiteracy problem, we're going to have 50% literate in Ghana in the next 20 years, which is going to grow, and we're going to have more people going on top of that. So hopefully we'll be able to help whatever government is in power to sustain such, because education in the country will be the only thing which can help us can people change their attitude. They will understand. Some of them you need not to be told.
Yeah.
You need not to be, tell what to do.
Yeah.
You should know it by yourself.
Yes.
And still people drink and throw bags and bottles and
like you don't care. See people driving very nice cars, they roll the glass down and throw something out in the window.
And they travel to the U.S. and they never did that.
Yeah, they never did that, but I don't know. I keep saying if you are a lizard in Africa, you don't go to America to become an alligator. You will always be a lizard.
That's what I'm saying.
Because that's who you are. You can be...
So with time, I think Ghana can be well, especially if we sustain such programs, help kids learn, put more people in school, help them grow mentally, without people using them for money.
Yeah.
I think we should be fine.
Yes, okay. Yes, I'll take your thought right there. We'll be back in a moment. Take a little break. Back in a moment. Don't go away. Don't go away.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Welcome back, viewers. If you just joined, this is the Diaspora platform, and I'm here speaking with Dr. Nana Osei Nyakun. And Doc, we are getting to the end of the discussion, and I'd like for you to first tell me, do you think wanting to come back to Ghana is a good decision or not?
Well, you meet people every day, and especially I've been in Konfarachi for all this while, and some senior doctors will just call you on the side like, do you think you're all right? Are you crazy? Why do you want to come back here? And I'm like, I love Ghana. With my experience everywhere, UK, the China, the Japan, the India, the America, I think Ghana is the best. And Ghana's got everything you can be proud of. My only problem in Ghana was the security, but now it's changing. Things are getting better, so that gave me a little comfort of just living. If not, Ghana is the best, and I'll forever want to live here. I really don't want to leave out there, because there's a lot we can do to help Ghana, and as a youth.
Yeah.
And I believe when we're able to.
When you say youth, you have to include me. I'm
Ah.
part. I'm part of the youth.
Yes, and that would really help, as in bringing back our Ghana. Because I'm happy you mentioned China, seeing a lot of, because now there's a lot of everywhere in America as well, in UK. Now they bring the youth on board.
Yeah.
In UK they've introduced youth commission, which bring youth views all over. And YMCA also in America has got all this youth wing thing, which was initiated by President Obama. They bring the youth together. They have, conferences. They talk to each other, and I think it's the best.
Yeah.
We got to involve the youth in our initiatives.
And I think in Ghana they have the youth authority also,
which is beautiful.
Yeah.
But then, my point is, to live in Ghana as a whole, we need to involve our youth in most of our, even in Parliament. We should have our youth when they should accept. I don't believe in a youth person being 45, 60 years. You don't call such a person a youth minister of youth and sports to
Yeah.
conduct. We need to bring a youth who will bring fresh ideas to help the youth grow.
Yeah. So if you are a minister for youth and sports, you must be. Our
be
current minister is quite young.
But he's still old. We should have a youth. So for me, to Ghana, these are some of the things which will help, and I believe I'll leave Ghana. I'm not going anywhere again. Ghana is a place to live.
Yeah.
That one, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I love Ghana.
Somebody who's thinking about coming, if you can tell them through the camera, tell them, advice.
Guys, I think I said it on my Facebook page that, hey, when there is a good governance, especially in Ghana, I will come to Ghana, and I'm here. So whoever saw my video, I promise, and I'm here. So whoever want to come, Ghana is a place to be. We all going to come together to help Ghana come back on its feet, and I know Ghana will be better off again one day, compared to as we experience in both the UK, the US, and the China as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nana, are there any people that you want to express gratitude to thank? And
I think I'll say thank you to all friends and family, both the UK, the Ghana, and China, America as well. And my father, Reverend Archbishop Reverend Dr. Asafwe.
Hey, when you have Archbishop, you don't need a Reverend.
I even left the professor.
Well, substitute that with the Reverend, because if you're Archbishop, it's super, it super glues everything.
Archbishop Professor Dr. Asafwe Nanayaa. He's my everything. He's been there for me always when I was young, growing up till now. So thank you to everybody who has helped me to be who I am today.
Amen.
Thank you.
Wow. Well.
Thank you as well.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
It was great knowing you in America, seeing you. I remember one day, we were talking in the car of such program one day. So you've done well, and I think keep it up. You all support it.
Thank you.
With a good heart and a clean mind.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Nana. And so my viewers have learned a lot today, and hard work pays. It doesn't come easy, but it pays. A young man like Dr. Has gone through the odds and through the challenges to become a medical doctor, when he could have been doing anything else with his life. After making so much money in America, he could have decided to forget about Ghana, forget about anything, and just blow his money. But he decided to come back to Ghana to help us to build a nation. He would rather not sit there and complain, but come and help. So if you're listening and you're complaining, stop the complaining, pack your bags, come. We are here. We'll be able to help, support, to make you become successful in Ghana. Nana, I'd like to thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
God bless you so much.
Thank you.
And my viewers are saying thank you. Also, I know that whatever you heard, you're going to put it into practice. The determination, part of it, have faith in God and trust God. Work hard. Hard work pays. One day, you wake up and your blessings will be standing right in front of you. So until I see you again, same time, same network, Blessings.
You've been gone.